Every Wednesday at 7:30 is one of the funnest times of the week for us, the intern and I, as we welcome in our good friend Jason Michaels, the magician. Each week, we're still trying to process, Jason, what happened the last 2 weeks. So we're just going to on and prepare for our brains to explode once again today. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I think I'm going to start the fast tomorrow morning at the beginning of your show, and I will end at the end of your show. Is that a fast?
I was taught my whole life that not eating is bad for you. Now it's good for you.
I know, right? I don't know anything about that. I'll tell you what, though, I enjoyed this segment with the captain because I take a team and I work with a group called Armed Forces Entertainment. We've traveled to like 30 different countries around the world in the last 6 years. Well, not the last two, but 7 years prior to that. We've gone to bases all over the place, providing laughter and fun and amazement because these men, women, families, these folks that are deployed, they need the support. And Armed Forces Entertainment is a great group that sends entertainers who want to share their talent and let these folks know how much they're appreciated. And it's been one of the great pleasures of my life to get to perform magic for these folks and to basically let them know that there are folks back at home who really care about them. And so that was a cool segment that you did. I really like that.
Yeah, and that we've talked about this before, even back going 10, 15 years ago, we've known each other. That's something you don't take lightly. You love going over, and you've been overseas many times for the troops.
It's some of the greatest experiences of my life, some of the best memories, just getting to share I was like this close to going into the military myself. And so I almost feel like when I do that, I almost feel like just with one or two different decisions, I would be the one sitting there watching the show instead of the one performing the show. And so, to get to meet them and let them know how much I appreciate them and the team that I take over and all the folks at home, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, that's very cool. The good Lord puts us all on this planet for different reasons, and You're here to be a magician. All right, so what do you got for us this week? I was not trying to be funny at the beginning, but the intern and I literally after the show the last 2 weeks tried to process what you've done. We're watching this, and I'm like, hey, I'll just see you tomorrow. We just can't comprehend it. It turns the same way.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'm doing my job. That is, magic is just the fun experience of something that appears to be amazing. And I tell you what I do have for you today. Today I'm in my studio. This is the virtual studio that I created when I started doing virtual shows when the pandemic started. So I thought I would show you something from the studio. Two different camera views, the one that you're looking at from here, and then I have one that is shooting the tabletop. Hey, how are you guys doing? This is my book, Joe. It's called You Can Do the Impossible Too. And during the pandemic, I decided I needed to create a magic trick around my book. So I have a deck of cards here, and they're pretty well mixed. They're shuffled prior to having you guys. You can see all the different red cards, black cards, all the different choices. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shuffle the cards, Joe. I'm going to have you say the word stop. And when you say the word stop, I'll put the cards down that I've shuffled, and then we're going to do that a second time. So you just let me know when to stop.
Stop.
Right there. Those cards go on the table. We'll do it again. Might drop a few.
You're going fast.
Stop. All right. Only have a few left. They're going back in the box. All right. Let's take a look at the tabletop. All right. Here's what we've got. We've got a 4 and we've got a 3. All right. So here's what's interesting about this. These two cards give us two numbers. First off, they give us the number 43. But if you add them together, they give us the number 7. So here's the other thing that I have. I have a deck of cards that is a deck of alphabet cards. I'm coming to you. 26 letters in the alphabet, 52 cards in a deck. This deck has been shuffled ahead of time. Now, I'm going to do this 7 times. I'm going to shuffle just like you saw me do a second ago, and you're going to say stop a total of 7 times. That means you have to say stop before I run out of the 52 cards. Are you with me?
Yeah.
All right, we'll start right now.
Stop.
All right, that's stack 1.
Stop.
Stack 2.
Stop.
Stack 3. 4 more to go.
Stop.
Stack 4. Here we go. 3 to go.
Stop.
Stack 2. 2 more to go.
Stop.
This is stack 6, and this will be the last one.
Stop.
All right, so the leftover cards just go get set aside. Now, here's the thing about this. Check this out. I showed you my book. The book is titled You Can Do the Impossible Too. I said the number was 43. So if we turn to, go back one. If you turn to page 43, at the top of the page, it says the following. Right up at the top, it says, reading a magic book, or in my case, a book on card tricks is a thrill. That's what it says at the very top. It says reading a magic book. That's page 43. Now check this out, Joe. You said stop a total of 7 times, which means on the table I have 7 stacks of alphabet cards. That first word, reading a magic book, reading is 7 letters, Joe. Now we're going to go to the tabletop. All right, we're going to the tabletop. Stack number 1.
Stop it.
No, come on, Jason.
Good.
I'm leaving.
Stack number 2. Okay, Joe, we're moving. All right, hold on. R-E. This would have to be an A. All right, if we're on a roll, I think I know what this one would be. All right, the word was reading. 7 letters. We have 3 to go. R-E-A-D. There we go. Ready. All right.
Come on.
Readin. And this one would have to be the.
Oh my God.
Okay.
This is.
Ding.
Why don't you play the lottery? You should play the lottery.
Right. It's not a bad idea. Actually, I haven't thought about that.
I'm not even gonna try to figure out what you just did. I can't.
Even know what it was.
When you turn the R over, the intern's like, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah. It's funny. I wrote the book years ago when I started speaking to groups, and I never thought about using it in a magic trick. It was just something that I had to share with people and put out into the world, kind of share my story about growing up and overcoming some obstacles in my life to ultimately do what I wanted to do, kind of the adventures of a kid who wanted to be a magician. And then last year I said, you know what, wait a second, why am I not using this in my show? So this is the piece I created, and I really think it's a good piece of magic.
Oh, you think it is?
That's funny.
I think. All right. Upcoming shows, Jason.
Yeah. We have show this weekend, this Saturday night. We have one next weekend as well, and then several throughout the month of February. The shows now start at 7:30. I upped the time just a little bit, so they now start at 7:30. Like you said, at the filming station. It's about a 85-minute long show. Super fun, very interactive, and it's a pretty small audience, so you really get to feel like you're really involved.
Jason, I'm gonna spend the rest of the day trying to figure that out.
Okay.
After the last 2 weeks trying to do things out, and I don't. It's too early to start drinking. I did it right now. Trying to do this. I tell you, I have a friend of mine that watching, and he's watching right now, and we talk about this, and he gets up every morning on Wednesday to watch this, to see this, and his mind is blown too. it's just, I don't know. I got no words, Jason.
Well, that's probably the best compliment that I could receive then. So, I'm happy. That's a great response. I'm happy to have it.
What if he would have picked a different number?
Well, you know what? That's an interesting point. Let's say we had ended up on 45. It actually says at the top of the page, it says, charge and showed me several magic tricks that melted my brain. If it was on page 41, it says, what a thrill those poker nights were. No, it is actually a real book. This is a book that, if anybody has any interest, you can buy on Amazon. There's nothing special about the book.
Are there magic tricks in the book, or you just
actually? It's funny you say there are, because at the very end I wrote up and I put up a couple of my favorite beginner's magic trick. There's one called Voodoo Ashes. It has nothing to do with voodoo. It's just the title, but it is a killer magic trick. And so there's 2 really cool magic tricks in here at the very end that you can learn how to do, and you too can become a magician.
Fantastic. Jason, as always, thank you. Mysteriesandillusions.com. Is that the easiest place to find you?
Absolutely.
There it is. Jason, thank you. Good luck on the show. We'll see you next week, man. Thank you again.
See you then. Take care.
All right. Let's just go to the break.